tech job is a form of passive income where individuals earn a six-figure salary to nap all day and eat burritos. While these jobs are highly desirable, getting a tech job is no easy task. It requires surviving a grueling series of enhanced interrogation techniques known as the technical interview, designed to induce Stockholm Syndrome and ensure candidates who pass are sufficiently subservient for their first day of work. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. The first step of any good job hunt is finding a company you'd like to work at. Luckily, there are tons of sites out there to help you find the perfect cult. Whether you want to work at a billion-dollar company actively making the world a worse place, a totally legit startup where you work 100-hour weeks in exchange for monopoly money, or some shitty old company from the 80s that just maintains legacy software for boomers still using Windows 98. Before you apply to any roles, make sure to brush up your resume. Jam every half-baked Figma prototype you did for homework in college into the project section, and beef up your skills section with your extremely sought-after knowledge of Microsoft Office and conversational Spanish. Perfect. You're ready to submit your resume. And then spend the next 45 minutes retyping it word for word in the company's shitty web portal. If your resume passes the company's extremely rigorous first screen, you'll be invited to a phone screen to discuss the position with a recruiter who just graduated from college 3 weeks ago with an English degree and no technical knowledge whatsoever. The recruiter will proceed to ask you a few questions in order to determine whether you have the most valuable trait necessary for a career in tech, telling someone whatever bullshit they want to hear. Because even though you and the recruiter know that money is the truthful answer to every single question, they want to know that you're able to bald-faced lie to them, which will come in handy when talking to your manager, investors, customers, and the feds. But don't worry about the feds. That'll never happen. After knocking your recruiter's socks off and signing an NDA that says the company is legally allowed to assassinate you if you say anything to anyone, you'll advance to the technical interview. Now, while you could be evaluated on relevant practical or high-level software engineering skills, that would make too much sense. Technical interviews are actually designed to test your knowledge on a third, bullshit topic that has nothing to do with what you would actually do on the job. Freshman computer science concepts. Yep, that's right. That stupid piece of paper you got there? Absolutely worthless. Instead, we're going to have you answer random trivia on one of 5 esoteric topics that are basically only used as teaching tools in CS 101 and would never appear in a real-world situation, except for right fucking now. Dance, Code Monkey. Dance. Of course, the powers that be love to use obviously untrue logical fallacies to defend the technical interview, such as, we hire really good candidates, so therefore the technical interview must be really effective. If I had a bunch of pilots with pilot's licenses fill out a kindergarten questionnaire on farm animals, and then picked pilots based on whoever scored the highest, I'd probably still pick a few people who can fly planes, because they all have their pilot's licenses. Another fun one is, I talked to one person once who said they were a really good coder, but actually didn't know how to code. Maybe the lesson here is to not blindly trust narcissistic assholes who run their mouths and brag about how godly they are? Nah. The real reason technical interviews are so popular is because Google used them 2 decades ago. And then everyone else started doing them because the tech industry is made up of NPCs, who are now too afraid to get Emperor Has No Closed. So thanks to this lovely technical interview industrial complex, you, the humble software engineer, have the privilege of paying a $50 tithe to the Empress of Code herself, so you can learn all the super important, relevant shit you need to get a tech job. Obscure technicalities about Java types, sorting algorithms, and prime numbers. Remember those gifted and talented tests for preschoolers? They're back. In addition, you also get the honor of wasting precious days of your life grinding insanely complex and pointless brain teasers on LeetCode. Oh, sorry, they're not brain teasers. They're open-ended problems that require outside-the-box thinking that just so happen to be completely unrelated to your future job. Are you a single mother with kids to take care of? What about a college student already taking a full course load of CS classes? Are you a human being with any responsibilities at all? Well, sucks to suck, you better find 20 hours a week to study this curriculum. Technical interviews. It's like if you picked who got to be a doctor based on how well they did on a high school biology test. Before you know it, it'll be the day of your interview. No matter how many hours you've spent studying for this, nothing can truly prepare you for the real thing, and having to deal with interacting with a front desk employee who is super hot for no reason, waiting in the lobby for an indefinite amount of time without any clear direction, and extremely painful small talk about late-stage capitalism. Don't take it personally, it's all just a test to see how you would interact with the sales team. Just make sure you wear an outfit that looks like your mom picked it out for you, and mumble your sentences while maintaining eye contact with your shoes, so they know you're a legit antisocial nerd. They fucking love that shit. Moving right along, your interview will take place in an extremely milquetoast interrogation chamber, designed to make you lose all sense of space and time while being grilled by your interviewer. Now, your interviewer will typically be a software engineer at the company who was randomly given this responsibility because they had nothing better to do with their time. But don't let their disaffected attitude fool you. Whether your interviewer doesn't speak English, thinks they're better than you because they spend 6 hours a day on Hacker News, or is a new grad who has no idea what they're doing. They are here to code waterboard you with random ass questions that sound like they were made up on the spot. These questions are designed specifically to psychologically disorient you as much as possible, but don't worry. A little known secret of the tech industry is that it doesn't fucking matter whether you can actually write code to solve a problem, because you're actually being judged on your thought process, which is another way of saying, does the interviewer like you? So if you want to pass the interview, just keep talking. That's right, no matter what the fuck is going on the whiteboard, just have a non-stop stream of vaguely technical jargon and generically friendly nothings pouring out of your mouth. Make sure to be annoying as fuck and ask for hints to give your interviewer a power trip. Write out your entire pseudocode in assembly. And just for good measure, roll a natty 20 on your charisma check. But don't worry, these interviews are extremely objective and in no way could be biased towards smooth-talking bullshitters. After your interview, all that's left to do is go home and wait, because your life is in the hands of the Ancient Tribunal of Elders, aka the hiring committee. Now, no one really knows exactly what criteria the hiring committee uses to pick people, but don't worry, it's definitely super fair and not biased at all behind closed doors, and there's nothing fishy about this super opaque process because they said so. Now, if you get the job, you don't even need to watch the rest of this video. Get out there and enjoy your blood money while either actively contributing to the downfall of society or just looking the other way, because who cares as long as you get yours, right? However, realistically, you're probably going to face way more rejections than job offers. So if you weren't raised in an Asian household, it's best you get used to the gnawing feeling that nothing you do will ever be good enough now. So close your eyes and visualize your rejection email. It'll often be laid out into two parts. 1. Sorry you're trash at coding and can't fucking work here. And 2. Feel free to apply next year, you desperate groveling code monkey. And while you may feel a pang of sadness in a moment, it's best in these times to reflect on the extremely good-natured and altruistic people responsible for this extremely genius system. The executives at these tech companies getting $10 billion from some random reptilian VC firm by acting like self-entitled douchebags, who have no idea what to do with the money except buy a really nice office space, give out a bunch of unnecessary perks, and hire way too many people, which is how you get 80 engineers and 20 product managers working on whatever hot new fad is currently in the middle of its 6-month hype cycle. It's all a big fucking stupid game of seeing who can trick who into thinking they're in charge, and for some reason, we let the executives win. They need us more than we need them, but of course, as long as we let them pit us against each other in this stupid-ass competition for money, they'll be able to mindfuck us into putting up with their fucking bullshit, working on whatever new bullshit they've come up with, and of course, dealing with their fucking bullshit technical interviews. But hey, as long as we keep making money and our stock options keep going up, why would we complain? We're totally happy to just be NPCs and suckling from the teats of VC because the tech bubble is never gonna crash, baby.